Have you been looking forward to this tattered and treasured collection coming today, August 10th? If you saw my little video that I had posted a week ago, then I am so happy that you're here today and that you're joining me and my friend Linda over at Icky Chic on her channel. We're going to be doing a 10-day adorable bag charm series, and we have two completely different styles. So you're going to get to enjoy seeing my style and her style, and both of us have items available in our Etsy shop for you. So I have patterns, and there will be some of the items that I complete I will be putting in my shop. And I don't know if Linda will have her finished items available, but I'm sure she'll be telling you what is going to be going on with her channel. So tomorrow, August 11th, tune in on her channel, and you'll be able to watch her introduce her first bag charm in the series as well. So I'm working on the little mushroom that I made previously, and I am attaching the little floral embellishment piece to the front of the stem, and then I will move on and show you a step-by-step of me making this little mushroom bag charm using different fabrics. So it's called the lace cap mushroom, and I just thought that was a cute little name. And these are such cute little mushroom charms. I mean, if you want to make it a little bit bigger, just enlarge the pattern a little bit. If you want to make them a little bit smaller, then just adjust them accordingly. And I've already cut out the piece, as you can see here, that I'm using today. So I will get to that in just a few minutes. Now, are you a person who likes to add a cute little embellishment to something? It doesn't have to be a purse. It can be a tote bag. It can be an ornament. It can go on a wrapped package for a gift to give to somebody. The Stanley drink cups, there's a little place that you can attach a little charm to that as well. It can be something you hang in your vehicle from the rear view mirror. There's just endless possibilities. You could hang this in your room, on the corner of your mirror. It can hang from a ceiling fan, from the chain. I mean, just think of this, endless possibilities. It can hang off of a drawer front on the knob. So, I mean, it's not just a purse charm or a bag charm, even though that's what they're called, but it can be a charming addition for just about anything, anywhere that you want to hang one. So to have make your own, if you're going to pick up the pattern in my shop, then it's just simple little supplies that you're going to need. So fabric, obviously, the pattern that you'll have with the step-by-step instructions and guide, but obviously you're seeing me make one here. Ribbon, some kind of fabric or lace to put at the top of your little mushroom cap, so you can hang your piece from, that your lobster claw clasp, so you'll need one of those. I picked up a package. I have several already that I've gotten through the years because I was using these for making tassels. So there's so many different ways that you can hang one. You don't necessarily need the lobster claw clasp. Okay, so here are the two pieces of fabric that I'm going to be using for this cute little mushroom cap. And I did not pick a lighter color for the stem. I went with two dark colors, and they actually complement each other very well. They're out of a 1830s reproduction fabrics that I picked up from Missouri Star Quilt Company. And if you haven't seen my unboxing mystery fabric uh, pack that I bought several years ago here on my channel, I will try to remember to link that in the description for you. But Missouri Star Quilt is a really, really nice company to buy from, and they have all kinds of wonderful deals and goodies. And at the end of the year, they do offer their mystery fabric boxes that you can pick up for a really, really, really good price. So that's what I did a few years ago. Probably, I don't even know how long it's been now, probably 5 years. But anywho, these are the fabrics that I'm using in the collection today for this cute little mushroom cap. Okay, so I'm going to first pen this in place, and then I'm going to just cut probably about 1/4 inch around the pattern itself. And I'm leaving the bottom of the mushroom cap open to be able to stuff it with the fiber fill. And so I cut both sides, and then I just take it to my sewing machine, and I actually leave the pattern in place and stitch right at the edge of that pattern. So you'll see that in a moment. And then I add the rest of the embellishments. So I won't get ahead of myself, but right now it's just the place your little pattern on the fabric that you have chosen, and approximately a 5 by 5 inch square, um, maybe 5.5 inch square, depending on if you wanted a little bit bigger, a little more wiggle room. This is just the way I do it and how I make it, but I mean, if you are somebody who already knows how to make um, little stuffed elements, then you won't have any issue with it. But this is just what I found for me. I've made larger plush stuffed things, but not such small ones in a long time. Like my pen cushions are one. So if you just think about this like a pen cushion, actually, that'd be a really cute pen cushion. I'm thinking about, wow, you could hang this and it could be a pen cushion. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'll be back. Okay, so here we are, and I have the fiber fill stuffing picked out, and I just pulled out about 5 or 6 clumps, as I will call them. And I've already attached the lace to the little mushroom cap, and I stitched the stem. Now, the first one that I did, I left the top open, and I actually like that better. So this time I left the bottom open, thinking that that would be easier because the top is smaller, so it was a lot harder to turn it inside out and stuff it and everything. But actually, now that I've done it, I didn't like that I have the stitching, which of course I didn't use a dark brown stitching thread, but anyway, at any rate, if I would have used a dark brown, it probably wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have cared. But I'll just go in and I'll put something over the stitching. But it doesn't bother me. It's not like it's not any big deal. It's not unsightly. So first I fold in about 1/4 inch that bottom edge of the mushroom stem. And then I'm going to hand stitch this closed. This is something that is not easy to be done on the machine, in my opinion. I like to do it by hand. So I will be using just a plain thread here. Okay, so this is what I do. Now, I'm just going to use a piece of ribbon, okay? And I'm going to take this little hoop here, I'm going to put it through here. I'm going to tie this down into a knot onto it. Okay. A couple of times. Go in one direction, and then the other direction. Okay. And I'm going to trim this off. Okay. All right. And then I've attached my tassel, the beaded tassel. And this beaded tassel I purchased from another maker here, Yvette's Junk Journals. Check out her beaded tassels. Absolutely love them. And you can, add beaded tassels if you want to yours as well. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with some pieces of fabric scraps, and I'm going to add to this ring here. And then now this is going to be what can be attached to, like I said, anything that you want to hang this adorable little thing from. Okay, so that's quick and easy. And then this piece here also is for attaching to something, but if it was something smaller, but I don't see, and I didn't want to put my bulb pin through that. I decided I wanted it to go through this. But if there was other things that I wanted to hang, then I could do it from there. So let me grab some fabric strips, and then I want to complement. So as you can see, the pretty teal color here, these bead dangle, it just absolutely is perfect for that. And then where I attached the stem to my mushroom cap, I just came in here with this cute little black lace flower, and then I put the lace around the bottom of that. So cute and so adorable. I mean, it's just, look at how precious this is going to be. Just so cute. So it doesn't really need to have any more added to it, but I just want to add the fabric. On second thought, actually, after I tried to see what it was going to look like, I don't like it. I like it just like this. This is a completed piece. In my opinion, I think the beads do all the added charm that this little bag charm needed. Isn't that precious? Absolutely precious. So stay tuned for my next video, which will be on the 12th, and tune in to Linda's channel tomorrow. Her channel I will pin below, and then the pattern I will be pinning it in the pinned comments and in the description. And we would love it if you would be ever so kind and share and let us know what do you think and which of these adorable little bag charms do you like. So stay tuned for more goodies. There's a surprise at the end of the series coming from me. Thank you for being here with me. Stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in the next series of our Tattered and Treasured collection. Bye-bye.